So, Trev, it's almost 2 weeks since we last played. Are you looking forward to getting back in action?
Yeah, can't wait. It's felt like a long 2 weeks as well, especially with going and watching games and then watching the same ball change as much as it has. So yeah, it's been difficult really to balance it out, to know what to do with the boys, when to give them rest, when to get them in training, and trying not to let them ease off too much. And look, we've got to watch 3 or 4 teams in that space of time, so we see that as a positive. But looking forward to get back playing, and then obviously knowing we've got a big month coming up as well.
And you talk about the preparations. What's training been like in the last 2 weeks for the lads?
Yeah, well, we're lucky. We got a game in last Friday, which some of the people would have seen, the YouTube against Brentford B, which was really good for some of the boys that needed the minutes. Still integrating, obviously, Hilly and Blair into the squad, things like that. And then, just making sure that we kept on top of training, building up to this week. So, yeah, we had to sort of plan the training out, because obviously going into these next fixtures, we go sort of Saturday, Tuesday. I think for 3 weeks, I think we've got 7 games in the space of no time at all. But listen, that's the same for everyone. It's going to be a real tough period for everyone leading into this Christmas bit, and we're just happy that we're getting back playing.
And it's Yeovil, who've not had the best start, can we so to say. What do you make of them, and what's the test going to be like tomorrow night?
Oh, it's going to be a tough test. League positions apart, they're a ex-football league team, only been down this division a couple of years. Very experienced team, very experienced group. Lucky enough to play with a couple of players in my career, very well good people, but and also had promotions on their CV and stuff like that. So, they was in the playoffs last year. Really unlucky. I watched the game against Barnet. I thought they was really unlucky last year in the playoffs. And look, for one reason or another, sometimes we all go through these periods. I watched their game on Y-Scout against Woking, and without giving too much away, I thought they could have been out of sight. They missed a penalty to maybe go 2-0 up, and then Woking obviously equalised late. And then look, we was lucky that we got to watch them on Sunday, and the same again, against Stockpool, a tough team. They could easily won that game. They could have won 3-2, and they'd be in the third round of the FA Cup. So we realised it's going to be a tough test, and there's been a lot of talk, obviously, with the game not being moved from Tuesday to Wednesday, and they requested that they moved it, and I said no on footballing grounds. In hindsight, is that the right or wrong thing to do? I'm not sure. Do I think that they would have moved the game for us? I'm not too sure. I can't speak on their behalf, but I look at it and go, you want to get back playing, we want to get back playing, and I had to be prepared to play for against Maidenhead on Saturday. So I was looking at our preparation. If we'd have played Wednesday night, then we wouldn't have trained Thursday, and then Friday we've been leading into the game. So I selfishly, because I have to look after my players, said no, we wanted to play on the Tuesday night. They haven't got a game Saturday, they haven't got a game. So and then after that, obviously there was a conversation between their chairman and Kenny, and there was a few text messages I think shared, and then they had a nice phone call and they spoke about it, and the possibility of fans being back in the stadium is amazing for all of us. And Kenny pretty much took the decision out of my hand. He said if they're going to have fans back in, then we're going to be playing on Wednesday night. As it sort of transpired, it seemed like fans might not be back in there for Wednesday night, so I went back to the fact of it doesn't suit my plans. So I said I wanted to play them on Tuesday, and then it got put out on Twitter and stuff like that. And it's just my take on it personally. I think if you have a conversation via text message and you have a conversation via phone call, you just keep it between yourselves. That's nothing against their chairman, and certainly it's nothing against their manager, because if I was their manager, I wouldn't want to play Tuesday night either. Of course I wouldn't, because he wants the best preparation for his players. So from our side, that's just me being as transparent as I can. I don't want any animosity between us and them, because I'm not that type of person. So we're all battling to do the same thing. We're all trying to win points for our football clubs. I can understand why their manager might not be happy about it, but go back to the point of I'm not sure that they would have turned it around for us, but I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong, so I'm open enough to say that. But we're looking forward to the game. We know it'll be a tough test, and look, we respect our opponents. They're going to be a real tough team to play against tomorrow, and we're going to have to certainly be our best to try and get the result.
Yeah, and all we can do is focus on our game. So the lads going into this, have they prepared well, and how do you expect us to line up against them?
Yeah. Look, concentrate on ourselves. They've certainly got real attacking threats. The boy Murphy was one of the leading goal scorers in the league last year. Doofus is back fit for them up front as well, and brought in Dagnall and obviously Quigley that is from around this area as well. So they've got some real attacking threats, and we're just going to have to try and play the way we play. Play to our strengths, and like we do with every team, respect our opponents, because that's the first and foremost. If you don't do that, you don't get any points in this league. Realise we're going there tomorrow night. It's going to be a tough game. Going to have to be up for the physical battle. Going to have to be up for the challenge. and then try and do what we do. It's easy to say that, but that's the plan for us, to concentrate on what we do, and hopefully the performance will take care of hopefully picking up the points. But we're looking forward to the game.
And for our fans, is there any changes in the squad? People have had the chance to come back from fitness, or have they picked up any injuries in the break?
No, the only obviously the Michael Green's missing through suspension. Obviously he got that late second yellow against Wealdstone, so he missed out on the game with a suspension, and he's actually picked up a little niggle as well whilst we've not been away, so hopefully he'll be back for the following Saturday's game, but we'll just have to see how he goes. And Bags joined in training last week, which is amazing, but it's probably come a little bit too soon for him, so but apart from that, Lewis Bill's been missing with a bit of a hamstring problem. That's been a little bit of a problem going on, but apart from that, we're strong, we're ready to go, and I just hope that the 2-week break hasn't sort of curtailed our momentum, because when you don't play for 2 weeks, it's got to get back going as quick as possible. So we would love to have played on Saturday. We wanted to play Hartlepool Saturday just gone, but it didn't. They had to travel to Yeovil last Saturday, and then they had to travel to Barnet Tuesday night, so it didn't fit in with their preparation. So I think it's been announced now that that's going to be in this month as well. But yes, it does. It feels like a long time without playing against Wealdstone. So we're looking forward to the game, and like I said, the boys are looking strong and ready to go for tomorrow night.
And lastly, we'll talk about it later in the week as well, but we will have fans back on Saturday. So how important is it to get 3 points to welcome the fans back the week after? Yeah,
look, it's amazing, and that goes on to the point about the Yeovil thing. Listen, it's going to be great for all of us. We want to play in front of fans. You don't get into professional football, and you certainly don't want to be a manager and playing in front of stadiums with no one in it. I promise you, me as much as anyone, we want fans inside the stadium. Sounding like, hopefully, if the meeting goes well tomorrow, what they're talking about doing tomorrow, that I think, fingers crossed, we should have some fans back in on Saturday, which will be amazing. Be really good for all of us. Not just our level, above and below. I think the financial revenue that comes in with it, but more importantly, it comes down to people's mental health as well. I know a lot of people have really struggled about having the normality of going to watch their football team and seeing their friends on a Saturday afternoon and stuff like that. So we're all desperate for it to happen, and it's come out of the blue. It's come around so quick, was obviously in this lockdown period, to get the announcement that potentially fans are going to be back as well. So it's amazing. So we hope that they're back in on Saturday, and then let's keep our fingers crossed. The way we've all what we've gone through the last few months, let's hope that that's the norm now. We're getting back to normality, and before we know it, we can all have packed stadiums from now until the end of the season, because there's nothing better than winning a game of football, whether it's home or away. Going to a place like Yeovil or being home here in front of our fans and getting a victory, it's an amazing feeling, in front of your fans, and winning away from home as well, when you go into a tough atmosphere. And trust me, Yeovil's a tough atmosphere to play at, as are so many of the teams in this league. So fingers crossed tomorrow the news comes out, and then we've obviously got to do a lot of preparing ready for it for Saturday, but I know the club are trying to do that now, and they're putting loads of protocols in place that everyone will be back here Saturday, and it'd be lovely to look around the ground and see some familiar faces. I'm certainly looking forward to that.